Alright, so this is the follow-up video to the first CAGED system video. So this is in this video we're going to be talking about the A shape. The A shape, as you remember from the CAGED system, is the second shape. C is first, followed by A. If you haven't watched my C video yet, please go back and review it. We're going to be covering the same thing, but just with the A shape. So, if you remember from the C, we're going to one-up our A chord. So if you take our basic open position A, everyone knows, everyone loves, we're going to one-up that chord. So for me, I play it 1, 2, 3. So we can play it 2, 3, 4, like this. First finger goes behind the nut, move that up 1 fret, you have your A shape. Now the more common alternative to that is playing your A with one finger here. Even if you don't play your A chord like this in an open position, I recommend playing it with a bar as a movable chord. So instead of one-upping, we're actually going to play that with our third finger, gives our first finger room to stretch, and then we're going to move that up. If you're unfamiliar with your basic bar chord shapes, there's tons of other tutorial videos on YouTube that will show you your basic E and A bar chord shape. So this is our A shape right here. Okay, I'm going to be doing this on the 5th fret, which would make this chord a D chord. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. Right? All right. So here's our basic A shape D chord. We're going to start with our arpeggio in this position. With this particular shape, we're going to replace our first finger with our second finger. So we're going to start here with our second finger on D at the 5th fret of the A string. We're going to go to F sharp, which is the 4th fret of the D string. We're going to use our third finger to go to A, which is the 7th fret of the D string. We're going to rock that finger back to go back to a D, which is the 7th fret of the G string. Rock that finger back to go to an F sharp. That is the 7th fret of the B string. And we're going to use our first finger to play the A on top. Now, if you're feeling really adventurous, you can stretch your pinky out to the D at the 10th fret of the high E string. That is not included in the diagram, but it is there if you want it. Okay, coming back down, first finger to A, 5th fret of the E string. Third finger, bars across the 7th fret to get that F sharp on the B. D on the B string, D on the 3rd string at the 7th fret. A on the 4th string at the 7th fret, F sharp on the 4th fret of the 4th string, D here on the 5th string at the 5th fret, rocks forward to A on the low E string at the 5th fret, rocks back to D. Okay, so we have our D chord and our D arpeggio. Again, this note is optional. Adding our pentatonic, we have 5th fret on the A string, 7th fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D string, 7th fret on the D string, 4th fret on the G, 7th fret on the G, 5th fret on the B, 7th fret on the B, 5th fret on the E, 7th fret on the high E. Coming back down, 7, 5 on the E, 7, 5 on the B, 7, 4 on the G, 7, 4 on the D, 7, 5 on the A, 7, 5 on the E, back up to D. I always like to start and end from the root. It gives you the sound, it gives you that major sound. Finally, our diatonic, or our major scale. 5th fret on the 5th string, 7th fret on the 5th string, 4th fret on the 4th string, 5th fret on the 4th string, 7th fret on the 4, 4th fret on the 3rd string, 6th fret on the 3rd string, 7th fret on the 3rd string, 5th fret with our first finger here, 5th fret on the 2nd string, 7th fret on the 2nd string with our 3rd finger, pinky goes to the 8th fret, 5th fret on the high E string, 7th fret on the high E string. You can add this note, again, if you feel adventurous, but it's not in the diagrams that I'm going to show you in a minute. So we're coming back down, 9, 7, 5, 8 on the B, 7, 5, 7 on the G, 6, 5, 4, 7, 6, 4, 7 on the D, 5 on the D, 4 on the D, back, play our third fret of the low E string, coming back up, 3, 5, 7, 4, 5. Okay, one more time all together. Again, that note is optional, it's not in the diagram. Okay, so again, here's all your A information right here. We have our chord diagram, we have our arpeggio, we have our pentatonic scale, and we have our diatonic scale. Okay? Didn't talk about this last time in the C video, but the way that I like to practice this is going from one to the next. So if I start with an A chord, A shaped chord, it's a D chord, right? 5th fret. Arpeggio. Pentatonic. Diatonic. I'll move that up 1 fret. Do the whole thing again. Chromatically up the guitar. Right? We want to attach all of these scale shapes and these arpeggio shapes to the chord shape itself. So the next time you're playing a song and you have to improvise, you go G, C, D. Oh man. You have all of that information right there. So we want to attach all of those chord shapes to all those scale and arpeggio shapes to the chord as we're moving it. So all we have to do is think about the chord and everything else is right under our fingers. Okay, if you have any questions about this or any of my other videos, please feel free to email me. That's jrepke, R-O-E-P as in Peter, K-E, .music@gmail.com. You can also hit me up on Facebook or send me a private message on YouTube. I am always happy to discuss this stuff. So please, please, please get a hold of me. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe, please share. If you don't find it as helpful as you think it could be, please leave a comment or send me a message and let me know what else I can cover in my next video. Next will be G, and practice this and get this under your fingers, and then once we get to G, it'll just be easier. All right, thanks for watching.